The Studio Ghibli film Princess Mononoke, directed by Hayao Miyazaki, is well known for its theme of the importance of nature. However, there is another theme to be recognized that is intertwined within that of ecology, the understated theme of feminism. With the vast majority of films depicting strict gender roles and the objectification of women, Princess Mononoke stands out among the norm immediately. We are so used to seeing flat, motivationless female characters in the media, video games, and movies that when we see a film like Princess Mononoke, it's sadly jarring. It is labeled a feminist film because the female characters have their own problems, their own motivations, and their own story that doesn't revolve around pleasing a male character or a male viewer. Growing up watching Disney films like The Little Mermaid, where female characters only have the motivation to be with a man, and being constantly surrounded by the media's overwhelming imagery of sexualized women, especially regarding anime, where female characters are often sexualized to the point of fetishization. The female characters in Princess Mononoke are a relief to women who just want to watch a movie without having to feel uncomfortable. San is a female character in Princess Mononoke who is confident in herself and her own motivations. Even at the end of the film, when there has been an established bond with San and the male lead, she does not kiss him or become his partner. She goes back to her forest because her character is not there for his pleasure. In The Little Mermaid, Ariel, the protagonist, sacrifices her family and even her own ability to speak for the chance to be with a man. Miyazaki creates a feminist narrative simply by making the female characters in his film realistic human beings who have their own layered personalities and independent motivations, instead of just making them products of the male gaze. Princess Mononoke's realistic female characters continue the dialogue of feminism through their self-motivations. Although the main character is a young man, the supporting female characters San and Eboshi drive the story. The plot revolves around these two women and their conflict, which is that of the protection and destruction of the forest. But through a feminist lens, San and Eboshi aren't fighting over a forest, they're fighting over feminism. San, a young woman raised by wolves, hates humans. The human she hates the most is Lady Eboshi, the leader of Irontown, who is destroying the forest that she lives in for the material progress of her outcasted community. San represents the radical, wild, and angry feminist that wants nothing but to tear patriarchal society down and refuses to take part in it. She represents the desire for the total liberation of womanhood, of women from femininity and the patriarchy. The forest that is her home represents femaleness, that which is untamed, which the patriarchy wants to use, destroy, and have control over. Fueled by hatred, San protects this forest and fights against Eboshi's Irontown with her life. Humans are too scared to live like San, to be raised by wolves and live in harmony with nature. Men and women who believe in the patriarchal power dynamic are far too scared to challenge what they already have. Men flourish so much from their patriarchal society. Why would they change it? Of course, as humans, they want to keep control of what they already have, even if they know that it is hurting, abusing, and killing the women in their society. They are not the women. These humans are not the animals in Princess Mononoke. Why would they want to completely change their comfortable, progressing lifestyle when they are not personally being negatively affected by it? Lady Eboshi represents the feminist who still lives in patriarchal society and finds a way to benefit from it. Although through San's perspective Eboshi is evil, we learn that she has good intentions behind her pursuit to destroy the forest and kill the deer god. Irontown is made up of social outcasts, particularly prostituted women that Lady Eboshi liberated. She is admired and trusted by her people and a threat to opposing soldiers with her innovative rifles. Eboshi is a powerful woman, and through her imperialist ways of living she not only protects and flourishes her community, but also encourages other women to be strong, independent, and innovative just like her. However, although she is successful in empowering women, ultimately her way of life is just as doomed to fail as it would be if she were a man. As a woman in a man's world, while gaining masculine power seems like it will offer protection, it is still not the answer. As a feminist, and especially as a woman, The urge to feel power is understandable. Of course, everyone has this urge as human beings with egos, but as a female in a male-controlled world, you feel as though you are without power. You want to win, you want to beat all odds, you want to take the power back from men, you want to even out the playing grounds. In Princess Mononoke, Lady Eboshi embodies this idea. She is the kind of feminist that wants to win the game. She takes the patriarchal and imperialist structure given to her by men and wants to do it best. However, the game will never change if you continue to play it, even if you win. No matter how rich and successful Lady Eboshi becomes, or how many outcasts she has joined Irontown, at the root of it all, she's not changing anything. She is still perpetuating destruction, greed, ego, and hate, even if she thinks she's doing it for the good by putting people who have been wronged by society to work. Princess Mononoke shows the result of this. Although Eboshi's intentions behind why she is destroying the forest can be understood as good, she is ultimately doing more harm in the long run. The main character of the film, a young man named Ashitaka, finds himself between the two sides of San and Eboshi's conflict after becoming cursed with hatred from slaying a rampaging boar god that has been shot by an iron bullet. Throughout the film, Ashitaka is used as the protagonist to mediate the conflict between the two sides. To Eboshi, he states that he wishes to see with eyes unclouded. In response, she laughs at him, but Ashitaka perseveres and eventually does witness both sides of the story. His character wishes to promote understanding between opposing forces. Between the two, there is hatred and the refusal to understand each other, and Ashitaka is the only character in this film who takes it upon himself to understand the motivations of each side. He visits both the forest and the Irontown multiple times and is relatively unbiased to each side, helping both in times of need. Ashitaka embodies understanding and mediation in his character. His bond with San shows the newfound union with humanity and nature that progresses at the end of the film, and through a feminist lens, the much-needed union and mutual understanding between males and females in society.